so far. I want to begin by saying, Carrie, I am so very, very pleased to be on your 21st, and I'm really touched you asked me to speak, but you may soon, however, regret having done that. As one of Carrie's best friends and a flatmate, I feel I'm in quite a good position to talk about you, and even though we were at primary school together, didn't know each other or so, the speech becomes somewhat of a collaboration, collaborative effort with some other close friends, so also to both. So thank you Flo, and thank you Anna, and again you might not be speaking to them afterwards either. I think the hardest thing about putting the speech together was trying to pin down exactly what it is about Carrie that makes you you, and I think the best way I can think to say it is, you're just always that little bit more fabulous than everybody else. Things are never mundane with you. They are exciting and they can be very frustrating, but they are never ever dull. And a few stories to illustrate. As frequent visitors to For the George, which is where we live, will know that firstly, Catholic faith in our flat has translated to having a Pope calendar. And I think everyone's favourite picture being the slightly dodgy one of him in the flower bed. But also, you all know that the fridge is never really that well stocked. And at a particularly low point in the term, I texted Carrie from campus, and we desperately needed essentials. We needed milk, toothbrushes, loo roll, this kind of thing. I texted saying, oh, shall I go to Tesco's today? And she replied, no, don't worry, I've been to Cost Cutters, I've got absolutely everything we need, it just needs unpacking, wait to get in. So I returned to home thinking, yup, okay, we're going to be fine for the next couple of weeks. Saw lots of bags everywhere and thought, excellent, this is very good. Knocked one of them, and sort of heard the unmistakable clunk of bottles. And thought, okay, looked at the bags, looked at the open freezer and realised Carrie's definition of essentials was 300 ice lollies and 8 bottles of £80 champagne. It's actually still the contents of our fridge now. Christmas is never just Christmas, so you can't be that simple. When I asked Flo, Carrie's friend from birth, or womb mate, if you will, one of her most special memories, I sort of expected a heartwarming tale of present exchanging, love at Christmas time. This is of course Carrie Simons we're dealing with, and Flo instead replied the first story she had about Carrie was when Carrie and Flo were about 12 or 13. Carrie and her mother Jo, whom on behalf of everyone I would just like to thank for having us all here and inviting us tonight. Apologise for all the things I'm about to say about you. Both came down to Flo's for Christmas, and after a very sort of touching church service and enormous hearty lunch, Carrie and Flo thought the best thing to do would be to return to church, break into the graveyard, and proceed down WKD for the rest of the afternoon. On the walk back to Flo's house, they played a game which involved flashing every man over 50 that they saw walking down the street. As we all know, Carrie's a very generous person, with her time, with her patience, also with her affection. It may come as a surprise to some of you, but Carrie had her first kiss when she was 16, and has been steadily making up for it ever since. In fact, when Carrie was looking at the guest list for the party, she remarked to her mother, I pulled most of the people coming. 16 in fact. After about 2 hours of sort of strange silence and offish behaviour from Carrie's mother, Carrie realised she hadn't explained herself properly and that to call someone meant just kiss. And not in fact to hear that Carrie had in fact slept with over 15 people.
Ooh, controversial. Controversial.
Back to the generous affection. At a recent party, clearly Carrie's memories of being a late developer in the kissing world have come back to haunt her. When she met a young man, good-looking, well-dressed, cousin of the host of the party, who, to her surprise, said, I've never been kissed before. And Carrie, in a fit of charitable generosity, said, well, how would you like your first kiss? You know, beautiful 20-year-old. He obviously accepted, and a wonderful time was had by Carrie and said 13-year-old. Generous woman indeed. These embarrassing moments aside, what I do want to say to you on 21st is you are undoubtedly my best friend. All the things that we've done together, all the things I want to do again with you. of all the things that we should never ever do again. Cutting our hair short and going out with James Harris.
Facebook this, please.
I'm really glad he couldn't make it tonight.
It's on YouTube tomorrow.
I also wanted to say, I think I speak for everyone and say you have been incredibly brave over the last few months, all the things that have been going on, and you've handled yourself with nothing but enviable poise and dignity throughout, and I'm so proud of you. And here in my speech, just as in capitals, look at your best friend and tell her how fucking great she is. Myself, I'm going to pass over to Carrie's godfather Dorian, who's going to take place.
Yeah! No, I'm not really using it. I've only just been given this duty to do, but lads and ladettes, it's lovely to see you. I've already set on the thigh of that gent over there who's from Nottingham, and I was chatting to dance with all of you, Gills and boys, all together. It's been lovely. And it's been a privilege, I'm sure. And that was a lovely speech. You did terribly well.
Thank you. Yeah.
Off the cuff, no notes practically. That's really good. And I'd like to raise a toast, in fact, not only to one but two. And this one is going to be to my gorgeous who I'm very proud of, and I love most dearly, and to this young lady who's done a special speech, which I thought was from the heart, and yet it was bloody amazing. So, maybe we should raise a glass, should we, to these two young things, because... And then to the other young gal, and she's the best gal here, who's the young Joe, the foxy lady. I should say I shall be sleeping with later on tonight.
Bonus marks for flirting. Good effort.
Travel lodge, separate bed. So our 2 beds free, which he is trying to get in. So live out.
I'm happy to dance with you all tonight, honest. Anyway, here we go. Thank you for being so generous and so kind, and I'm really thrilled and I'm privileged for you to have chosen me. Good heavens, of course, Dad, I'm not a relative, I'm just being chosen, and that's lovely. So thank you. And thank you for being so generous in inviting all these lovely, lovely people. And I'd like this time, Ray, for you all to stand and cheer for Joe.
Cheers. Cheers.
Now I'm going to say a very, 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 very small thing. I'm a bit pissed though. First of all, yeah, thank you. First thing, which is really important, is that don't we all look really bloody good tonight? I actually mean that, because a couple of my home friends have come up to me and said, you said that work was a really monstrous university. Which it is. Let's be honest. The glitterati party just has become, I think. And I'd like to say, my friends are only very, very, very fit, so well done for being here. Cheers! That should be now. Cheers, Bitty. Being very good. I'm going to get really drunk now.
Hey! Prove it! Fun!
And that day the music starts.